Okay, so there are a couple of things I'd like to talk to you about specifically here with XRP, and that has to do a lot with some formation theory, right? A lot of things that have to do with psychological positioning within price. Now, it's not to scare you or it's not to make you overly bullish here, but it's to kind of highlight some things that could indicate other things. I know how broad that sounds, but let's just go ahead and dive straight into it to find out exactly what I mean. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, do everything necessary to get this thing to live long, thrive, and survive. My name is Arca, coming at you here at 7:17 p.m. Pacific time on Saturday, October 18th, and spot price action here. It is 1 hour 42 minutes to close this $2.3452 range. Now, we are in a current downtrend here, and I do see the potentials of how that can be happening. Now, let me go ahead and show you something that I've shown you before, right? So this, starting with this, right, this is your falling wedge formation. Now, the falling wedge did have this bit of a breakout here, or breakdown, right? Better said. This introduces the potentials of what could be wolf formation. So when we trade a wolf, we can go ahead and use the 1 to 4 wave the combination here, right? So we would have to first identify the apex of the triangle, which would be here. We'll put a trend line like that, and we'll use 1, 2. Since we don't have a touch here or here, this is about a fake out here. We'll use this as your third, and we'll use this as your fourth. Okay, so wave 1 to 4 connects all the way to the apex according to a wolf's trading rules, right? So it would be just like this here. Okay, now we want to make sure that these lines kind of become a little thinner so that we don't get confused over what they can be, right? So we'll just go ahead and make it a dashed line. Perfect. Now we can see here that the target for this is just about this right here, just about that 239.31. Which magically absolutely hit at the breakout of it, right? Okay, so if it hit at the breakout of it, it doesn't tell you anything other than it is following some psychological positioning. It's good. Now, leading this, not everybody knows about just this wolf formation. In fact, many other people would understand this to be just a typical breakout from a triangle. I'm going to show you another perspective as well. Now, that triangle breakout could actually show you a few different targets. This would be your clean close, right? So we can go ahead and take a trend line from that area there and take it all the way down to the width of the triangle from that point. Similarly, we'll go ahead and take the center of the triangle, which could be right about here, right? And also, we can go ahead and take this positioning too and apply it somewhere around this area here, according to where this can connect to. Maybe a little bit higher would be good, right around there. So now these give us 3 different targets, right? The target number 1 would be from this point here. Go ahead and just scooch it to the left here so it doesn't get in the way of anything. Your target number 2 would be the center of the triangle, which would be from this point just about here, right? And now your third, which would be right about that same place, and we'll position this over here. Okay, great. So this now is displaying to you the 3 potential targets that a triangle without this would do. I'm suggesting it here because not everyone knows the answer, right? Not everyone knows every rule, so it would be okay for us to just consider the probabilities of some type of break like this. Okay, so I expect downside right now. Now, why would I expect downside? Well, that's because we broke out of the triangle. So breaking out of this regression typically would say that, you know what, it would be good for us to maybe consider a drop to validate the conversion of what was a resistance into now a support before continuation. Okay, now that's very cool and all, right? I like the fact that we can go ahead and identify those targets there for ourselves, but I do have to mention that there is another perspective behind this. And if we can go ahead and just draw that, I'm going to go ahead and show you this. Okay, so now this has magically turned itself into a parallel channel, which gives us another set of targets. Guys, I have to remind you, please do not respond to anybody coming up to you first, claiming that they're Arca. I will never come up to you first. I'll never ask you for your crypto or whatever. I'm not the person to do that, okay? I'm not sending you messages first. I'm not approaching you first. I'm not friend requesting you first when you join the Discord or anything like that. Nothing. If you want to go ahead and get my true handles, they are in the description below strictly. Okay, guys, that's it. Now, so this gives you the opportunity to observe a different target. Since we just broke out of that triangle in the same place, let's go ahead and use the same positioning here. This here would actually be right at this point as well. So now we're starting to get some interesting in-between targets, right? It doesn't make it any worse or whatever. It just means that we have some additional things to consider here. And it's okay, right? So the whole thing is that we need to know that we are within these, it's a bullish buy formation, right? So we're talking about 2 bullish formations trying to break out, but is there a third? I do believe there is. And now this is how. Since we have now 2 formations demanding the validation of support right down here before continuation, well, if we draw a simple line like this, this would show you that this would come down to this area here, right? Potentially validate whatever, do its thing, and then maybe even consider some type of resistance nearby here, validate that local high, and continue towards the upside. Well, what that does is that it introduces now a third formation, and that would be your inverse head and shoulders, right? So if that's the case, then we're looking at an okay target here, guys. So I can't say that that's going to be it, but this is certainly the regression of the head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders. So we'll just go ahead and take a trend line from that middle point all the way to the lowest point of the head, and let's go ahead and just apply this to the center of your right hand shoulder, which could be roughly about here. I would say around here maybe. And now we're getting another target to the upside that's pretty much confluent to the one that we're actually using right about here at 257. So more targets that are very similar. I think here that this is a validation process. Okay, so this is one perspective of it. It's looking okay. Many formations here leading towards an upside continuation. But I do suspect that price action may actually come down towards these testing areas here, roughly around the 231.47, right? Roughly around there. And also, let's see if we have anything lower. Sure, it could be right down to this area here, too, 229.28. So heads up, guys. The last time we actually looked at this, our targets were right down here, and they were coming down okay. Now, looking at, which by the way, guys, I want to start relaunching our algorithms. I put the Alpha LITE on sale, and this is what it's suggesting. Very curiously enough, we're actually getting in a 17-minute time frame a sell signal here. So what this indicator does, or what this strategy does, is actually simply give you the buy and sell signals per its parameters that are already kind of preset for you. Okay, so this thing buys, it sells, buys, it sells. Look in the description below, because I am selling them at a very, very low price right now in light of partnering with a new exchange. Another contract has come through, guys, and it's looking pretty damn good. So I would like to prepare you here for the continuation of Arca Bulls with a new exchange partnership. So let's go ahead and get these rolling again, guys. Alpha LITE is on sale in the description below. Make sure to send arcabulls@gmail.com a confirmation, and we'll go ahead and assign it to you for life. Just pay a one-time fee, which is pretty low, and we're good to go. All right, guys, so I think this is a pretty good place to leave off. And should you have any questions or concerns, please make sure to reach out to me, and we will speak to you very, very, very scary Larry later. All right, team, adios, and sure, adios. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Ever, 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 ever. I need you to do your own due diligence, and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well. A very, very good rest of your night and or day, and I will catch you at the bell on Monday. Adios, team. Oh, yeah.